Imagine this, Ravens fan. What if I told you that Justin Fields is the perfect player for the team, the one who could make all the difference next season? He has everything the Ravens need to take things to the next level. But there's a catch. The opportunity to have him on the team won't last forever, and the competition is getting stronger. Fields is young, talented, and the chance to learn alongside Lamar Jackson could be the key for him to finally shine in the NFL. But will Baltimore act fast enough to secure this talent before another team snatches him up? Stay with me until the end of the video, because what I'm about to tell you will change the way you see the future of the Ravens. Go Ravens! Have you ever imagined the Ravens bringing Justin Fields in to be Lamar Jackson's backup? It sounds strange, but an analyst from the 33rd team suggested Baltimore as one of the destinations for the quarterback. The idea would be for Fields to accept a secondary role to learn from Lamar and develop as a passer. This could make sense for Fields in terms of development, but the big question is whether this move makes sense for the Ravens, who already have a solid starter and other more urgent needs on the roster. Fields arrived in the NFL surrounded by expectations, but has never managed to establish himself as a consistent passer. With the Bears, he showed talent with his legs, but struggled to refine his passing game, which led to him losing his starting role. Last year, with the Steelers, he didn't get a real chance to lead an offense. Meanwhile, Lamar Jackson went through a similar process early in his career, but managed to evolve as a passer and became one of the most complete quarterbacks in the NFL, something Fields could try to replicate by training alongside him. The problem is that Fields probably doesn't want to spend another year on the bench. After 3 uneven seasons in Chicago and a lackluster year in Pittsburgh, he needs to be on a team where he has a real chance to compete for a starting spot. The Ravens may be interested in having a talented backup, but the team already has Tyler Huntley, and given the other needs on the roster, investing in a new quarterback may not be a priority. If Fields chose his backup role, the big challenge would be whether he'd be able to accept it, knowing that his opportunities to play would be limited. This raises the question, how far would the Ravens be willing to sacrifice other resources to bring in a player who might not see the field? At 25, Justin Fields has struggled to secure a starting job in the NFL. After a turbulent time with the Bears, he went to the Steelers, but even with the chance to play, he couldn't impress. In 2024, he made some appearances but was mainly a backup, playing just 10 games, with 6 as a starter. During that time, Fields threw for 1,106 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He also rushed for 289 yards and 5 touchdowns. Despite decent numbers, it wasn't enough to secure a solid starting position, which raises a big question. Is Fields willing to continue being a backup? Although Fields has shown his talent as a runner, his development as a passer remains a major challenge. This could be a crucial factor for the Ravens, who already have Lamar Jackson, a talented quarterback who also had to improve his passing skills over the years. Perhaps the backup role in Baltimore could be the ideal environment for Fields, where he could learn from one of the best passers in the league. However, would he accept a new backup role after so many years trying to establish himself as a starter? For Fields, this could be a unique opportunity to grow under Lamar Jackson's guidance and a solid coaching staff, especially with offensive coordinator Todd Monken. Working alongside Lamar, Fields would have the chance to improve his game reading and passing accuracy, both essential for future success in the NFL. However, it would require Fields to convince himself that this is the smartest path for his career, as he may feel like he's wasting time in a backup role. The question remains, would Fields be able to accept this opportunity for growth as a simple backup? And would the Ravens even be interested in bringing in someone for that role, or would they prefer to invest in other positions to strengthen their team? Lamar Jackson is one of the most complete quarterbacks in the NFL today. After facing struggles early in his career, where his throwing ability was questioned, Lamar became one of the most dangerous passers, maintaining his mobility and ability to run with the ball. Today, he is an example of evolution for any quarterback, including players like Fields, who are still trying to find balance between running and passing. Having Lamar as a mentor could be exactly what Fields needs to take the leap he never managed with the Bears or Steelers. When we think of Lamar's abilities, we're not just talking about his incredible mobility. The Ravens quarterback is now also recognized as a more refined passer. In the past, Lamar had to work hard hard to improve his reads and passing accuracy, and the results are evident. He can now do both jobs deadly well. This is a rare and very valuable quality, and it's hard not to see how Fields could benefit from this kind of mentorship. The idea of Lamar being a mentor to Fields also involves something more important: respect. Lamar has become a cornerstone in the Ravens locker room, and his leadership is unquestionable. This creates an ideal environment for a player like Fields, who is still searching for his place in the NFL, to learn from Lamar, not just adapt, but also mature as a quarterback. However, the impact of this would go beyond just technical learning, as Lamar could pass on his leadership mentality to Fields. Now, the question is, would Lamar be willing to take on the mentor role for Fields, knowing that he would also need to focus on his own growth as a leader? This could bring a shift in the dynamic, and perhaps it's exactly what Fields needs to finally thrive in his career. All right, we're past the halfway point of the video, but before we continue, I notice you haven't hit that like button yet. It's really important so that YouTube continues recommending my content to you, and I can keep bringing you the latest news. So, go ahead, hit that like button, it's free. Thanks a lot. Let's keep going. If the Ravens actually decide to bring Justin Fields in, the impact on the locker room and team dynamics would be significant. At first, it might seem like a risky move since Lamar Jackson holds the starting position, and a new quarterback could create uncertainty. However, if Fields accepts the backup role and works on developing his skills under Lamar Jackson's tutelage, it could bring great benefits to the team in the future. The experience of having another talented QB on the bench could even be advantageous in certain game situations if Lamar gets injured or needs rest. But of course, the key issue is Fields' acceptance. If he's not willing to sit on the bench, the idea of bringing him to the Ravens loses much of its meaning. A backup player's mindset needs to be focused on the long term, and Fields would need to understand that, even in Baltimore, the chances of quickly becoming the starter are low. This would be the biggest challenge for both the team and Fields himself, who would need patience and be willing to sacrifice for a larger future. In terms of gameplay, Fields' presence in Baltimore could be strategic. Despite his flaws, he has great physical talent, and his mobility would be an interesting complement to the Ravens' style of play. This could open up the possibility for greater flexibility in Baltimore's offensive scheme, as having two quarterbacks with similar running skills could be a tactical advantage in challenging games. In the end, will the Ravens believe that bringing Fields could be a smart solution for the future of the team, both for the bench and potential injury or rest scenarios with Lamar? This would definitely provide more options for the team, but would also require very careful balance in managing players and egos in the locker room. With so many variables at play, the decision to invest in Justin Fields involves much more than just his potential as a quarterback. The Ravens would need to consider the amount of resources they would spend on Fields and the impact that would have on the rest of the roster. Even if the player has the talent to improve, is this the best decision considering the team's more urgent needs? The team needs reinforcements in other areas, such as defense and offense, and bringing in Fields could be seen as a distraction from those priorities. Additionally, there's the psychological factor. The possibility of bringing Fields in to be Lamar Jackson's backup raises questions about how he would feel in a continuous backup role. Is Fields willing to learn as the second quarterback, or would he prefer to go to another team where he could compete for a starting position? His mindset is crucial for his success with any team, and that could be a hurdle with the Ravens. From a technical standpoint, adding Fields could bring new dimensions to the Ravens' offense. He has mobility, and the combination of a mobile quarterback with Lamar Jackson could create a variety of plays and strategic options for the team. Moreover, Fields' experience as a starter, even if inconsistent, could also be useful in high-pressure situations. However, do the Ravens really need such a talented backup quarterback, or would it be wiser to reinforce other areas of the team that are in greater need of attention? This is the question Baltimore will have to answer before making any concrete move toward Fields. So, Ravens fan, Justin Fields could be exactly what the team needs to take that next step in the upcoming season. He has all the potential to learn from Lamar Jackson and become one of the NFL's great names. The big question is, will Baltimore act quickly and secure this talent before another team does? I want to know your opinion. What do you think of this possibility? Leave your comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all things Raven. Let's go together.